Well, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. I am going to be doing a live this evening about the actual Kindle book creator, the short read book creator that is exclusive to Society11 members. So I'm just going to be going through a few things, showing you. I'm going to be, this is going to be opened up inside a Society11 Moneymakers group at the same time. So I'm just going to be making sure all of the invites are going out and everyone has access. Hold on just one moment. Once I go into the Moneymakers group, give it just a minute. And the Society11 group, make sure everyone has access. Everyone's able to see everything. Excellent. Make sure everyone's going to be able to hear me. Oh, yes. I am feeling much, much better. It is definitely a process. Things are going. Things are definitely going a lot smoother than what I anticipated, honestly. So I am not quite 2 weeks out of surgery and doing well. Of course, my hair is growing back much quicker. As soon as I'm able to take out the stitches, then I'll go ahead and get the mohawk back again. I plan on keeping that. So what this training is going to be doing, what it's going to be teaching you is just the basics on how to use this software. So I want to make sure everyone understands that. This software is exclusive. It does create Kindle books, content for Kindle Short Read Books based on 140 plus different categories. What's going on, Phil? So what I'm going to do, let me make sure we have everything going on that needs to be happening. Okay. And then I'm going to share my screen. And we'll share that one. And now we should be able to see the actual Kindle book creator screen. Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and start smashing the invite button here real quick. Make sure everyone's invited. Because we're actually going to create a Kindle book today, right now. I'm going to walk you through everything. Okay. Awesome, John. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Keep it up. I know Jerome Johnson's got a few books already put out on Kindle as well. David Kavanaugh's got one out. So I know quite a few people are starting to utilize the software. So I'm going to go ahead and come into full screen here and make sure you can see the screen here. Should be able to. Perfect. So I'm going to click on the Kindle Book Creator, and it's going to come up with this particular area where it says Kindle Book Creator. And as you scroll down, it says 1 of 12. So there's 12 steps, but only just a few you actually have to do. The software is going to handle a lot of it for you. So we have many different categories from acid reflux all the way down to yeast infection. So any of these type of categories, we could create an actual short read book. Now, these particular types of books are extremely easy and it contains quite a bit of information inside of them. So there's going to be 7 authors writing this book for you. So keep that in mind. So I'm just going to choose one here, and I'm just going to just select one out of the blue. I'm just going to random. Matter of fact, if someone wants to give me a category here, just let me know. We have investing, we have interior design, iPads, iPhone, laptops, lawyers, lead generation, locksmiths, muscle building, multi-level marketing. What's going on, David? Nutrition, online shopping, organic gardening, panic attacks, payday loans, parenting, solar. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Solar energy. We do have one. So we have solar energy. So the next thing we need to do is just click the word next. And then now we can enter in the title of our book. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in solar, because we're actually going to expand out the title and the subtitle once we get a little bit more information done. So I'm just typing that in there for the time being. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. And now we have a choice. If we leave it blank, the authors are going to be a mix between men and women. If you just want men writing it, you could choose men. Or you could choose female, and of course it'll choose women to go ahead and write all the articles. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it as blank. That way it does the mix. Okay, David, be careful on your flight. Safe travels. And wish you well when you're in London. What's going on, Loy? Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and click next. And now it's going to automatically start shuffling through. And it's actually writing the articles. As you see, my hands are up here, and it's actually doing the writing as we speak. I'm not doing anything special. It's doing all the work for me. And then as soon as it's done with this one, the very last step is right here. I'm going to scroll down. This is 12 of 12. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click on Generate. Now, here is all of the information. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click in there and do a Control-A and then a Control-C to copy all the text. Then what I'm going to do is go over to docs.google.com, and I'm going to choose blank. Now, you could use Word if you wanted to as well. I use Google Docs. It's totally up to you. And I'm going to paste in the information right here on this page. And then I'm going to scroll up. You may need to do a Control-A to change the actual color of the font. Sometimes it does this. Figure out how to get this coloring. There we go. All right, so now we have the coloring of the text. The text is there. It should be good to go. So I have everything on here, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to Control-A and Control-C just to copy everything again, and I'm going to come over to a platform called DeepL. DeepL is a translation tool, and I utilize this to help rewrite the words to make them a little bit more unique, as well as you're able then to translate it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it in here. Now, I do have the paid or the pro version. It does cost a few dollars a month. I think it's $9 a month, $10 a month, something like that. But it is extremely good because you could take what some people write, bring it over here, translate it into German, and then translate it back from German to English, and it rewrites everything. And it is crystal clear information. So keep that in mind. So I'm waiting for this to finish. Now this will take a little bit. And I'm even, like I said, I'm going to do everything. And that includes uploading it to Amazon. Sipping my coffee as slowly as I can. Okay, so everything's translated to German. There's all the translation done for us. Just going to do Control A, Control C again, but copying from the German side. Come right back over to the English side and paste it in. Paste in the German that we just copied. And what it's going to do is it's now translating the German back to English. And now we wait again. Takes just a minute or two. And while that's finishing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Grammarly. I utilize Grammarly to ensure that the speech is good, to ensure that the punctuations, all of that information is handled to where it looks nice, it's easily readable, etc. So it's almost done, and now it's done. So now I Control A, Control C, copy all of that, come right on over to Grammarly, and I'm going to click on New. And then right here, I'm going to paste in what I just copied from DeepL into Grammarly. And it is running through. So right now, it's saying the overall score is 85% of 100, which is really, really good comprehensive, being able to read it full 9 yards. But I want to also run through all of the alerts that we have here. So we're looking at around 4,500 words for this book. So I'm going to go ahead and click close. And I'm going to start running through the alerts that are on here on Grammarly. And I'm going to clean up the text here. So it's going to give me recommendations. And what I do is I just go through the recommendations. So tips to advice, advises, energy, puts a period in there. So we just run through all of these suggestions. I'll leave that one as panels. And I'm just running through it. And it doesn't really take a ton of time. Wouldn't say home, I'd say homes instead of that. There we go. When you lease a system, I'll leave that as is. Producing, that's fine. Or providing, that'll work. Cost is fine. That's all I'm doing is just running through. If your house, if your home is, I prefer to say that as well, is always in the shade. I'm not going to say darkness. And We'll leave that one as is. Like I said, we're just looking it over pretty quickly. Just changing up the words a little bit. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just looking at the information that they're sharing here. High quality. And we're going down. We're just continually going down. Going to leave it as panels. There we go. Add a comma. Like I said, this is considerable. I like that one much better. Make sure to put in our punctuation. That's all I'm doing. Just going through with what they have here. I like the word essential instead of important. There we go. So I'm just going through what they recommend. So I know this is the most boring part right here. Leave that as loud. Peace and quiet, leave that as is. Cooler is what we're looking for. That is the proper word. I've gone through over a third of it so far. So as you see, it doesn't take very long. Add the comma. Energy. Transfer the lease. Most likely what you're looking for. Extended. Add the comma. We're doing well. Our overall score is now up to 97% instead of 85 whenever we first started. Keep that in mind. Just doing this cleanup is what we're just cleaning up the articles that were written, full 9 yards. Put a guarantee in there instead of warranty. Extraordinary. Run the equipment, machine, material. We'll change that a little bit. Nope, not going to change that from solar. And we need to remove that as well, so leave that as is. Solar powered, hyphenated. Systems. I'll leave it as panels because they're solar panels. Another electronic device. Over halfway done, most significant. Micro hydro generators, significant. Some are. Remove that. Remove the comma. We'll leave it as is for right now. Extra energy, extra power. And then, of course, hyphenate the solar power again. Individual. Always. Almost done. We are almost done. We'll leave it at angle. Earth does need to be capitalized. So there we go. Like I said, I know this is the boring part, but you're going to see everything. And it is the angle. We want to leave it as angle because the angle is the term word. So adjust 4 times, change. Yeah, we'll change it 4 times. And power. Get rid of own. Passive voice. I'm clearing those out because I'm just leaving them as is a little bit. Sometimes little passivity is okay. Will not blow away in a major storm or a significant storm. We'll change it to significant. Mounting is an important part. Integral or essential. I like integral. That sounds good. Stay vigilant when buying your system. Leave it as system instead of order. These lights do not require much energy, or you could put power. Systems are very practical. I like efficient. That one definitely sounds better. Solar powered. From big to significant. Quickly from easily. Get rid of the passive voice here. Add the comma. Leave angle as is. Try different options and stick with the position that works. That looks good to me. And you may still or always be able to save. We'll just do that. Some companies may offer inexpensive systems. We'll leave it as systems. Get rid of really. It is wonderful if another brand offers a substantial warranty or a large discount. We could say considerable or significant. I like considerable. Energy. Leave it as system. Quickly. Remove the comma. Close that out. Solar energy, we'll leave that one as energy. Leave that one. We're almost done. Remove the comma. Reduce the performance of that. We'll leave it as performance. We're almost done. There we go. And solar energy, leave it as energy. Put the comma in there. Leave it at systems. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to do plagiarism checking. And it's going to check the whole article to see how much it finds on the internet that matches after we just did our cleanup. And this is going to tell us what percentage. Now, honestly, What I normally do, if it's less than 15%, I don't really mind it too much. What you do is you look through what it brings up. So there's a few items here that it's bringing up. It's matching these 7 words. No part of this publication may be reproduced, comma. Well, you know what? That's not really a plagiarism issue there. So I delete that out. Then I look at this one. Keep the trees around your solar energy panels trimmed. Well, that's pretty common sense. So I'm not really worried about that being considered plagiarized. I dismiss that. The next one, the efficiency of your solar energy system varies. That is too common, too plain to worry about. Dismiss that. You can either get a generator or stay connected to the, well, that is extremely generic. Dismiss that. Leasing a solar system is an option if, once again, way too generic. Dismiss that. 80%, which means you should consider other forms of green energy. That means nothing. I mean, that literally means nothing. In recent years, smaller solar systems have become available. It's just not enough information there. I would not consider that to be plagiarized. Once again, that's a half a sentence, and then another half a sentence. It's not really worth looking at it too much. So we're less than 5%, and I'm still looking through just to give it a general look through. Be prepared to keep your solar panels clean. Well, that's pretty generic. I mean, that is generic. The dirtier they get, the less efficient they are at generating. And mine includes electricity. Theirs did not. It's just not enough information, so you could dismiss that. Before you invest in solar energy system, once again, way too generic. Although it is more expensive to install such a system, okay, that could be anything. If an area of your home is exposed to, too generic. Do it for you. The installation of solar panels and equipment is something. Dismiss. There are many types of solar water heaters. Yeah, and that's pretty generic, once again. And solar power chargers. These chargers include small solar panels that can generate enough power to charge your. Too generic. And one of the significant advantages of solar, too generic, which is good. This is really good. It shouldn't really be cross-referencing, but it is. That's fine. It just gives you an idea to look at. And if you want to retype it up a little bit, you can. It's no big deal. And that is it. I mean, we have cleared it up. It is really clean, detailed data now. So what I'm doing is I'm copying everything, just like we did at the very beginning. I'm going to copy, come right back on over to our Google Doc. And I'm going to paste in the text that we just copied from Grammarly. Now I'm going to do some of the formatting. So there's our title, there's our subtitle, and there is what I want on the front portion. So I'm going to come right here to the copyright 2020, and I'm going to hit Control Enter, and that's going to do a page break for me. That's what I'm wanting. And then I'm just going to enter down a little bit, come down here to the forward, Control Enter, which will space it out. And then this is the very first author's information. So I'm doing Control Enter to space it out. There's Stephen Carpenter's. That's good to go. And then I'm going to come to Deborah Fernandez. These are all the authors of the tips. Scroll down. There's Jessica Gilbert. Control Enter. Control Enter. Terry Ellis. Virginia Gutierrez. And I think that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to come back up to the top. And now I'm going to make this one H1 and make this H2 and make this H2. Really simple. And of course, I'm going to arrow down just a little bit to bring that to the bottom of the front page. There's my copyright information. Here's the forward. Forward, we're going to make H2. This is the title of the very first author. I'm going to make that H2. And then I'm going to highlight Stephen Carpenter's here and do heading 2. And then, of course, make sure that we do Control Enter, make sure it starts at a new page. Deborah Fernandez, make sure this is also H2. The reason why you want to do H2 is these are all just sections that people can jump to in the actual book. There we go. I'm going to highlight this one here, H2. There are 7 authors adding information. So add Danielle, H2. It looks like that page is blank, so now I'm going to highlight this one. There we go. H2. Terry Ellis. Make this one H2. And then Virginia Gutierrez. So now we have the 7 authors. We have our opening title page. Subtitle. Who's it by? Which you could change this link, and I'll go into that here in just a few minutes. Hope you're having better luck there, Andy. Just looking through, just watching it. Looks like it's pretty good information. Now, I'm going to probably space out the paragraphs just to make it look better, because I want it aesthetically pleasing. And as you see, it's not taking any time whatsoever. Boom, boom. Almost done with all this spacing and making it look pretty. And I've only been doing this for 34 minutes, and the book is about done. Okay. So we have all the text here, completely done, ready to go, looking good. But what do we want to do? Do we want to just have it as solar? You know, we want a decent title. We want a decent subtitle, right? So we can actually go look up some title generators or title, there we go, titlegenerator.com. So now we can look for our main keywords. So solar panels, let's take a look. Five reasons solar panels are a waste of time. Fall in love with solar panels. Solar panels, this is what professionals do. How to sell solar panels to truth. You're not the only person concerned about solar panels. So this gives you an idea. And I'm going to copy this particular page and put this in the comment section on both the Moneymakers Group and Society11 to give you an idea of where to access that page title. There we go. So I'm going to choose one. And who else wants to be successful with solar panels? And I'm going to copy and paste this into Notepad first. That way it gets rid of the capitalization. Learn from 7 solar panel board experts. That's my subtitle. Who else wants to be successful with solar panels? That's the title of the book. Full 9 yards, good to go there. Now, this is going to be curated by Society11. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab my affiliate link that I am using to paste in here. So give me just one moment. Copy the link. Highlight that. Hyperlink it. Let me look at the link. Make that my link there. Highlight this, do the exact same. So there's that, there's my forward, and then boom. Now, these links, if someone clicks on them, they're going to be taking over to Society11, showing them about our group, or actually about our product as well. And let's see here, 40 minutes. We'll just say that because that's accurate. Content created by Society11 Kindle book reader in 40 minutes. Simple, quick. So you can see exactly how this is all working. We have this done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click there at the very top, and you're going to notice that the title is now put into place. That's exactly what we're wanting. And I could do File, download the docx, and then I have my docx file completed. I could bring this over. You could take a look at it. You could view it. Full 9 yards. Ready to be uploaded to Kindle. So I'm going to actually open up Kindle. Now, let me find it. Give me just one moment. And here's my Kindle Create. So I'm going to New Project from File. I'm going to choose the file. And this is the one that we just downloaded. Who else wants to be successful with solar? Double click on it. It is importing it directly into Kindle Create. So I'm going to boom, import successful. Going to go ahead and click on continue. And then drag over here. Boom. Who else wants to be successful with solar panels? And then, of course, it comes down and creates a second page here. I don't like that too much. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that a page break. And then, of course, I could center this. Make a little bit of changes. And then hit delete one more time. That looks good. These are all the sections of each article or each author and their information. Looks good. That looks much better. Now I'm going to go ahead and click Save and leave that as the actual file name. Click on Save and it'll finish here in just one moment. And then I'm going to click on Publish, click on Save, click OK. Going to sign into my KDP. Okay. Click OK. Now I'm going to click on Kindle Ebook. Log in. And now I'm going to come back over to here, grab my title. Grab my subtitle. Series, I'm going to leave it alone. Edition, leave it alone. My author. AI Wordsmith. Scroll down. Join a 7-member board group about the join a 7-member board group about the ideas on how to be successful on solar panels. You can expand that out as much as you want to. Keep in mind, you're definitely going to have to do a little bit of work there on that. But I can also copy the forward a little bit. And then, of course, I own the copyright or hold on those necessary publishing rights, which I do. And then, of course, here, solar panels, solar energy. And we'll leave that alone. We're going to go over to the categories. We're going to choose nonfiction. And then we're going to search for what categories this particular book is going to be going into. So this can be science, energy, there we go. Go ahead and click save. You can add more categories if you choose to. The age and grade range, these are optional. You don't have to fill them out. I don't. I leave them alone. And I am ready to release my book now. So I'm going to go ahead and choose save and continue. Appreciate that, David. So it's still saving. We'll give it a few more minutes. Oh, I mean, I'm probably going to have to change that. No, I'll click save and continue. Oops, I didn't put the right last name in there. Okay. So digital rights management, enable DRM. Basically what DRM does, I don't turn this on because if you turn it on, it'll only work on Kindle devices. Leave it off. That way people can read it on their computers. They can read it on their phones. They can read it on their tablets, as well as their Kindle books or Kindle readers. So keep that in mind. Leave that as no. And then we're going to upload the ebook manuscript. Really simple. We click on that button. We're going to go directly to our book that we saved here. So I'm going to look that up real quick. And it looks like it's in downloads. There it is. There's my Kindle Create. That's the one I want there. The KPF file. Double click it. And it is uploading as we speak. Okay, the manufacturer's done. Now it's going to say launch cover creator. Or you could upload a cover I have already, a JPEG. I'm going to come over to get stencil. I like stencil. I utilize stencil. I recommend you use stencil. Can you use the KDP creator? Absolutely. But the reason why I utilize stencil is it looks better, it's cleaner, and once again, your cover is what people are looking for. They want to be able to see your information. They want to see your books where it looks a little bit better. It just makes it a lot easier. So let me go ahead and grab a link for stencil as well. If you don't have stencil, I'm going to grab that for you. And then I'm going to send that to you here in just one moment. Because stencil is something that I utilize. So let's just scroll up here, grab this. Boom. Okay. So let me put this in the chat. There is the link to Stencil. And put that in the Moneymakers group as well. Okay. Hold on just one moment. I have to let my puppy out, so I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, so I'm back. Okay, the cover image size. If you come over here to templates, and you're going to extend down, we're going to look for ebooks. And the minute you choose on ebook, you click on one. The size is going to be 1600 by 2560. That's the size that we're looking for. So what we're talking about here is we're going to be looking for solar. And let's look at photos. Excellent. So I'm just going to pick that image there. You can see how it looks like on the actual image here. I don't like that template very much. So let me look through other templates. Yeah, I like that one better. So I come back to photos, click on there, and now I can click on the title here, grab my text, which is my title here on Google Doc, come back over to Stencil, highlight the text there, paste it in, and then you can see I need to do a little bit of text size change. Now, I don't like the background color. It's a little bit too light or dark. So that, and then let me give it a little bit of clarity there. Let me go to red. Is red better? Let me go to bluish. And then the outline color, maybe not so much. That doesn't look too bad. And then we come back here, grab our subtext. There's our subtext. Oh, grab the text is what I'm wanting. And make the background color on it a little bit whitish. Widen it out a bit. Bring it down to the bottom. So that looks a little bit better. We could go a little bit lighter with that. Yeah, actually that looks better with the white outline of the text. Yeah, I like that better. Looks good, so I'm going to download it. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to upload my cover. It is a JPEG. I'm going to show in folder. Just drag and drop from there. Or click to upload. There it is. It is now uploading it as we speak. Okay, so the cover's uploaded, the manuscript's uploaded. We can now do a launch preview just to take a look at it, see what it looks like. Preparing to bring it up, allow us to look at it. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Who else wants to be successful with solar panels? Learn from 7 solar pad board experts. And we can actually just scroll through. See what everyone's written in there. Looks good. It's easy to read. We've got plenty of size here. And that looks good. I mean, it just looks really, really, really clean to me. So I'm going to come back to the book details. We're good. We're good. We're good. Now, the ISBN is optional. You don't have to put anything on there. You don't have to put anything for publisher. That's optional as well. I'm just going to do save and continue. Correct. It's all personal preferences, David. Totally up to you. So now enroll my book in KDP Select. This is, once again, up to you, your preferences, what you're wanting to do with it. KDP Select, I kind of like a little bit, but for this purpose, we're not going to enroll this book into KDP Select because it's just something I haven't done a lot with solar. So totally up to you. We're going to choose all territories, worldwide rights. So every publishing country is able to have this particular book. So keep that in mind. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking for is the KDP Pricing Support. Now, you're going to have the option of doing 35% or 70%. 35% allows you to start your listing price at 99 cents or to go up to $200. That's a wide range. But if you choose that you want 70% of the royalties, it must start at $2.99, and the max that it can go up to is $9.99. So that is totally up to you. If you want to be able to get it out there where people can view it full 9 yards, you want to start selling it at 99 cents, then you're going to have to choose the 35%. If you choose 70%, the minimum that you could start this out at is $2.99, which will give you a royalty of $1.05. I'm sorry, $2.08. So I'm going to leave it at 70%, and I'm going to leave it at $2.99. And then allow Kindle book lending. That is something that you can do. People can download and access the actual book for a little bit. They can read it, get a little bit more information about it. It's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm going to leave it as is, leave it at $2.99. All the other marketplaces are set up as well with the pricing. So this is going to be going live worldwide. I don't need to do anything else. And I'm just going to click on Publish Your Kindle ebook. Now, that has taken us from the beginning of this particular live till now. We're not quite at an hour. We're like 10 seconds away. But I also took my time and explained everything that I was doing. This particular software that creates the topics, creates the information, Yes, there are over 140 different. No, I don't worry about embedding fonts or anything like that. I use Kindle Create software to do any type of book elements or formatting or changing. If you want to change the font, you can inside of here. I just leave it as is. Totally up to you. You could change themes if you wanted to. You can go to Classic or Cosmos or however you want the theme. I just leave it as is. Matt, I hope that helps you out. But yeah, I just try to keep things simple. So now I can actually also start my paperback now. Yes, the exact same thing can also be sold as a paperback. So I can put in a series number, edition number, that's optional, and that's optional. That's my contributor name or the author name. Leave it as is. Description, leave it as is. I own the copyright. Everything, I'm just leaving it as is, clicking on saving as continue, because we filled that out at the very beginning. Now assign me a KDP ISBN. This is now, they're creating the ISBN logo or the code to create on your actual book cover. It has been done. Good to go. Publication date. Make it on 28th, which is today. And I'm going to leave it as is. Make it a 6x9 white paper interior, no bleed, matte finish. Now it's asking me to upload file again. Now I'm going to upload the docx this time. I haven't tried it with Kindle. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I guess it works with the Kindle one as well. Will it knock me back? And then this one, I'm going to launch the cover creator. I'm wondering if it's missing a few pages. So we can grab some of the text from here. And then click here to enter in an image. We'll see what happens, David. It may work, it may not. Save. Preview. Save and submit. Save and continue. Launch preview. Looks like I have to approve the changes first. This could take a minute or two. Oh, man. $35 to $45 pages. And for that, honestly, I think you could probably find some images to make it go up to that number of pages, probably. It's just another thought process. That's fine. Must be a minimum. This one only has 23 pages, must be a minimum of 24. So I can add a little bit more information, and that will probably take care of it for me. But I mean, we're almost there at 23 pages, and it says I need a minimum of 24. Give me a little bit of time, and I could probably have that done. But I'm going to back out of that for right now, and I'm going to come back over to the bookshelf. Because the Kindle ebook portion, that one's in review. That one's going to be posted before too long. I'll leave the paperback in draft, and I'll expand it out, add a couple of images, make it go to 24 pages. But 24 pages is not that much. And then you can start selling the actual printed book. Really simple, easy way. So I think this is the way to start doing it. You can add, like I said, add a little bit more information. You can add closing information, and the closing information may be really nice. So at the end of the book, add a page or two, conclusion, do whatever you want to. If you add links to other products, or if you have a membership area you want to tell people to join into, that will get you to your 24 pages. Yes, I know it looks like here on this Google Doc, there's only 16 pages, but when you're talking about going to Kindle in a 6x9, it does drop down to multiple pages then. So, any questions on how truly easy this is? Now, as soon as this book comes live, which shouldn't take very long, it should probably be this evening, what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking about, it's going to be done. As soon as it's done, it'll send me the information, and then I can start sharing out my new book, Who Else Wants to Be Successful with Solar, on my Facebook groups, such as Society11. You can send it over to me if you create books. If they're 99 cents or less, I'll share them out with everyone that is in this Facebook group, Daily Free Kindle Books. If you're not a member yet of Daily Free Kindle Books, I do recommend that you go ahead and join up. It is free, cost nothing to join. It is something that is a large group of people who enjoy reading and getting books, content books, free books, any type of books. So there we go. I added that in there. So that is it. That's pretty much it. In a nutshell, I have a book created, cleaned, checked, plagiarized, checked, and uploaded with a good-looking image onto Kindle. And it did take less than an hour. Now, as soon as the book gets loaded, I'll start emailing out to everyone that's on my list. Say, hey, here's a new book I just created. You may love it. Great. Here you go. And start selling my new book on Kindle. Quick, simple, easy, happy. It's the whole idea on this. Making life easier, getting more of your works out there. And I didn't write a stinking word. Did I? There's over 4,500 words in that book. I didn't write it. And according to Grammarly, it looks good. It's very clear. It's very engaging, and delivery's just right. Almost 4,500 words. Huge, huge, huge. Cannot say how much of a great way to start creating books over and over and over and over again. Now, if I'm ready to go ahead and do it again, come right back on over to the Kindle Book Creator inside of the Society11 members area. Click on Reset, click Yes, and it's going to ask me again, what do I want to start working on? What category? And then move forward. If you have time, you could probably do 4 to 5 books a day easily. And you start publishing 4 or 5 books a day. And then keep it going and keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. You're going to have a plethora of books that people are going to be downloading, getting access to, reading, liking, joining your email list. That's the whole idea beyond this. So I appreciate your guys' time. I've been on here a little over an hour now. You guys take care, and I will talk at you next time.